Hi everybody. Well, this is day 2 of garden rehab. I didn't do a video yesterday, but I'll tell you a little bit about what I did today. You can tell that I've been out in the garden. I'm a bit hot and tired, although today has been a beautiful day. Now, just to recap and review for those of you who are just catching this story for the first time, like so many people around the country, July has been a garden hellscape for many of us. Here in Central Virginia, we had such an interesting summer. That's all I'm going to say about interesting. Covers a lot of ground, and the gardens really suffered. You can watch all about that on the video I posted a couple days ago called Garden Apocalypse. But I said in that video I was going to start to rebuild, so I thought I'd just do a little quick recap of what we did. It was really hard for me to prioritize what to do sort of first, second, and third. So what I decided, yesterday I cleaned out the tomato patch, and by the way, I got another like 15 pounds of tomatoes out of that sauce patch. Yay, who knew? But I pulled all those plants, threw them in the compost. That's what got the compost pile started. So today I have been just really clearing out these beds because I decided the first thing I was going to do would be to get some fall plantings going. Once I see things growing, it's going to make me happier, and so that's what I'm going to try to do later today after I do this video. But today I'm also going to show you what I'm doing, because hope springs eternal in the hearts and minds of men and women and people and others and cats and dogs. I'm going to plant some more cucumbers because I still have a lot of growing season left, and I think I can maybe squeak out and give it one more try. Yesterday we were out here, and my husband picked about 11.5 pounds of cherry tomatoes so that I can go and clean up that tomato hedge back there. And I was working on doing a whole bunch of other cleanup and things. We worked for a few hours, and today I've been digging. This is the space formerly known as the tomato sauce patch. It's a good long bed, and what I have done is I have just loosened the soil just a little bit. I've added some organic granular fertilizer in, and you can see that I've added some of my gorgeous compost that I made. You can see my compost videos. This is the compost that I made out of the leftovers from the pressing of the grapes last fall. At any rate, I'll just loosen this in and dig this in a little bit, and then I'm going to cover all of this with a nice mulch of hay, and I'm going to be planting some brassicas in here either later today or tomorrow morning. So here is a bed I'm going to work on right now. This is where those the last of the brassicas were that just got hammered, my kale plants that got hammered by the harlequin bugs and moths, even though they were under cover. So I just pulled off the cover today, and I have just been loosening up that soil. I'm going to add in some Garden Tone organic granular and some compost, and this is where I'm going to plant those cucumbers. I did take my garden fork and my shovel, and I just loosened this soil up a little bit because nothing had been really growing in here, and it was pretty, I just wanted to give it a little bit of a loosening up. This is pretty much nice and loose. It's pretty good consistency. This was another double dig bed originally that I've been working to transform into a no-dig bed, and it's much better. Time for the organic granular. It's not going to take a lot, but I am going to add this because those brassicas were pretty hungry plants, and the cucumbers are going to be a little thirsty and hungry too. Just digging this in a little, mixing it up. Okay, next I'm just going to add about maybe an inch of compost in here, maybe just a half an inch. Doesn't need to be much. Compost is going to add a lot of organic matter to the soil, and it's going to just help those soil organisms, and it's going to feed the plants, and everything's going to be so much happier. I'm going to dig this in as well, mix it in real. Everything's going to be so happy. Now, this is a relatively small space. It's a 4x4 space. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use these are my ladder mesh, and I'm going to use these for trellises. I'm going to try to make kind of a interlocking lattice. You think it'll work? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm being ridiculous. We'll tie these together, latch them together, and we'll put ground staples in there. But first, let's go ahead and plant the cucumbers. I have two kinds of cucumbers. I have homemade pickles, And I have some more poinsettias here. I'm going to put several seeds in just to make sure we get some germination here. And I'm going to put them in right over here. I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, and we'll hope that something comes up. And we'll see what grows, if anything. You know what, I'm going to actually double trellis this ever so slightly unwieldy. I get the ladder mesh like this. I think I got it in a big box store. I've used it for several seasons. We'll just tie them together. And hopefully that'll help make them a little bit more sturdy. Tie them. This may be a foolish thing. I don't know. Final thing I need to do is just put some hay down on here. So will this work? I have no idea. But might as well go ahead and give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Take care. Good luck with your garden.